What's going on, guys? Rob Pizzo back with you, and UFA season is upon us. And yes, there are a lot of skaters out there that are going to garner a lot of attention from GMs once they're able to sign. But let's face it, 2020 is all about the goaltenders.
Back is rolled by Markstrom.
And a shot. Oh, good glove save from Crawford, who has just been dynamite.
What a stop by Henrik Lundqvist.
You have got to be kidding me.
We've got some big names as UFAs. And not only that, depending on where they sign, well, we could see some trickle-down trades as well. Now, GMs have a couple things to keep in mind when they're negotiating. Number one, the salary cap's going to stay right where it was last season, $81.5 million. So teams may have a little less money than they expected to go around. And number two, we can't forget about the NHL's newest team, the Seattle Kraken, because they have an expansion draft and teams can only protect one goaltender. All right, let's take a look at goaltenders who are out there in no particular order. Okay, Jacob Markstrom has spent the last 3 years proving he is a legit starter in this league, and now he's looking to get paid. Now, he says he wants to stay in Vancouver. The Canucks want him to stay in Vancouver, but there are a couple factors that come into play. Factors like backup Thatcher Demko, who has looked really good when given the chance to play, and I think the Canucks have a legit fear that Demko could be snatched up by Seattle. When you're talking about Corey Crawford, well, we need to talk about age. The man's 35 years old, and he's had some injury issues as of late. Now, according to reports, Chicago did offer him a 1-year deal. But the question is there a team willing to give him 2, maybe even 3 years, just for his Stanley Cup experience?
Here is Chicago.
Now, whatever team signs Braden Holtby, in my opinion, they're going to be flipping a coin. Which Holtby will show up to their training camp? The Vezina Trophy Stanley Cup winning goaltender who was once one of the best in the game? Or the one who has seen all his significant numbers go the wrong way over the last 3 seasons? Each of those 2 Braden Holtbys really deserves a different paycheck, so his AAV could be really interesting here. No goalie stock went up more in the playoffs than Anton Khudobin.
We're not going home.
But a couple things we have to keep in mind here. Number one, facts are facts. He's not a full-time starting goaltender. He was thrust into that position when Ben Bishop got hurt, and he just ran with it. However, he is someone who could be part of a solid goaltending tandem like we saw this year in Dallas. And let's face it, that's becoming more and more popular in the NHL right now, so you know what? He could stay put. Second thing to remember, he's 34. This deal will be short-term. Now, it's going to look weird seeing Henrik Lundqvist wear anything but a blue shirt, but it's going to happen. Rangers bought him out after 15 seasons in New York. He's 38, has seen his save percentage go down to .906 over the last 2 seasons, and of course is still chasing that elusive Stanley Cup. Now for King Henrik, this signing might be less about cash and more about location. And just in case teams miss out on those UFAs, there are a few more available. Guys like Mike Smith, Craig Anderson, Cam Talbot, and Thomas Greiss. Okay, but remember that trickle-down effect I mentioned earlier? Well, Robin Lehner signed a 5-year, $25 million deal with Vegas, and they're not going to pay Marc-Andre Fleury $7 million to open the door on the bench, so teams may definitely be calling Vegas for a trade. And the Penguins signed Tristan Jarry to a 3-year deal worth $10.5 million. So restricted free agent Matt Murray could find himself playing elsewhere as well. Bottom line, the blue ice in a lot of cities is going to look very different whenever the 2020-2021 NHL season begins.